Quinfall is a new upcoming MMORPG that until very recently I had no idea was in development, and it kinda came out of nowhere with a trailer that looks ridiculously ambitious for a Turkish dev studio that, according to their website, was founded in 2021.
Sketchy.
The recent trailer for the game was surprisingly
January
good though.
2021.
It was almost 12 minutes long and seemingly showed actual combat against enemies, various spells, massive amounts of players fighting world bosses, as well as diverse biomes. Visually, the game also didn't look trash, which is more than can be said for most indie MMOs we've seen in development over the past decade. One more thing that surprised me, this game isn't asking for any money. There's already a Steam page available for it, and it's apparently going to be releasing in 2023.
There's absolutely nothing out here.
So should you believe the hype, or is this going to be another indie MMO in development for 8 years only to never release? In this video, we'll discuss all of that. But first, sponsor. Dragon Raja is one of the most popular mobile MMORPGs out there, and right now it's celebrating its 3rd anniversary, which means a huge 3rd anniversary event for both new and returning players, with epic rewards such as diamonds, anniversary limited outfits, new cars, avatars, and much more. If you've never played Dragon Raja before, it's a highly interactive cyberpunk-themed MMO with an open world and tons of unique features, such as the ability to customize your own car, player housing, a highly interactable world with mini-games, and 13 unique classes. Speaking of which, the newest class, Shadow Fencer, is available to play now. This class uses the foil as a weapon and specializes in big damage, as well as crowd control against enemies. I'd expect this one to be a top pick in PvP. On top of that, the world of Dragon Raja is also expanding with a new map called Cambridge, which brings with it a new story and university to explore. Fun fact, I'm actually from the Cambridge area in England, so it's cool for me to see this get added as a new zone. Click the link in the description below to play Dragon Raja for the 3rd anniversary now, and receive a limited return package where you'll not only get a ton of diamonds, but also the Ghost Sugar outfit, Sakura Pupil and Phantom Lord motors, as well as exquisite outfits, Midsummer Tale and Grove
Run goes with everything,
literally.
Even a Dragon Raja sponsored segment.
Now. So before we get into the unbelievably ambitious features that this game is planning to implement, let's first take a look at the developers, Vorek Technology. On their website they mention they've only recently founded in 2021. If you go to their LinkedIn page, the company lists 50 to 200 employees, and their headquarters are in Istanbul, Turkey. So everything we're about to see in this trailer is apparently the culmination of 2 years' work. With that in mind, let's begin. The trailer starts out with some nice shots of characters walking in 5 distinct biomes with some nice graphics. First look at the combat, a warrior charges in, stuns an enemy with his shield and dodges back.
This biome looks the best.
Straight away we can tell that this game is using an action combat system, not tab targeting. We're shown some fairly flashy flame abilities which have some decent spell effects. A look at the ranger combat, once again, nice abilities, and it seems you actually need to aim your bow attacks. More melee abilities. Overall, the combat is looking better than most indie MMOs so far. Next we get a look at the mage, and I really love the look of this Frost Nova ability. The long charge up flame dragon attack also looks very nice. It's at this point where this trailer started to grab my attention.
Why do all the mobs seem like so dumb? Like, it almost feels like there's almost no threat from any of these mobs doing any damage. And that Frost Nova literally had him CC'd for like, how long? Like so long for him to channel that full fire dragon.
Mage gameplay, this time with some kind of nature spell. The melee combat in this scene shows that sword attacks have cleave, and you can block attacks with your sword. Some dual axe melee gameplay, and we're showing some giant world boss fights.
Wow, look at all those arrows.
That these are other players. But on closer inspection, a lot of these characters do look copy and paste, and are probably NPCs for the sake of trailer footage. As you can see, some of them are just running around randomly. The next few minutes of this trailer are already narrated by the developer, and talk more in depth about the game's features, so I'll just let this video play, then I'll give a TLDR summary of everything at the end, along with my thoughts.
Welcome to the realm of Quinfall, adventurer on a trail to the past.
Okay, this is good. The landscapes kind of remind me of like
Lands of Quinfall,
Rome Total War or like Age of Empires.
Mountains, lakes, and rivers that are shaped according to their respective biomes and climates. The local flora also corresponds to the biome.
Oh, duh. This place looks cool. Wow. Wow. It's like a city or a raid? No. That's huge. There's so much. It was all kind of empty. They're all just like empty architecture. I can't tell what any of it's used for.
Cities are strategically spread across cliffs, shores, mountains, and even underground in a vast 2016 square kilometer land.
2,000? There's gotta be like mounts in the game, right? That they just haven't had developed to show off.
Seasons and weather conditions,
That's way too big.
rain and snow, interact with your character as well as objects. Plants and some animals may decline in number in certain climates.
Okay, that's ambitious.
Some areas may be subjected to floods.
Wow.
Some may surface as a result of drafts.
That's cool.
All of these are some of the elements that make up Quinfall.
That's so cool. Wait, how?
Dynamic world.
So some areas of the map you'll only be able to access during certain seasons, or for a limited time. I think Ashes of Creation is trying to do something like that as well. So he looks good. It reminds me of like BDO.
Those who find themselves in Quinfall will not encounter a classic MMORPG experience. In Quinfall, you can visit shops and taverns run by other players. Play
Okay,
board
another
games
Ashes of Creation
or
idea.
mini games with others, and even make your own music.
Oh, this looks good. Okay, the UI could use a little work, but I love this idea of having card games in MMO. It really adds to the world building.
Keep in mind that your character is part of a living, breathing world. You may not find smiths and other merchants at certain points in time. To learn more about the world, listen carefully to NPCs.
Oh no, dude. People are gonna have to talk to NPCs for lore? Dude, modern MMO players are gonna be fucked. Actually having to talk and read. They're gonna be voiced though, the
Every
NPCs.
piece of information
I hope they
you
do get
gather
voice acted.
and
Voice
every
acted.
area or dungeon you visit will broaden your knowledge, allowing you to uncover Quinfall's mysteries and hidden areas.
Okay.
You may need to find secret passages, solve puzzles, and decipher codes in order to discover some areas. Do not forget that there are various stories and adventures waiting to be uncovered.
So that's hard to pull off, because once people start updating the wiki pages, everybody's gonna know all the secrets already. Even in a game like RuneScape that had really, really amazing puzzles and like clue scrolls and stuff, it was only fun until you realize that, until you get frustrated and then you just look up the solution online.
Some of these puzzles will help you to solve the mystery of Quinfall.
Especially in an MMO like this, and if they're gonna have big events like that huge worm world boss thing, nobody's gonna want to fall behind because they're playing the game at their own pace and trying to figure out the puzzles, right? This isn't like Final Fantasy 14. If they're gonna be having events like that, people are just gonna go straight to the wiki pages and solve all the puzzles instantly as soon as someone gets it figured out.
In Quinfall, you can shape your character in any way you want. There are over 100 details you can change in the face alone. You are able to create a unique character with details like skin color, hair, eyes, and body shape, while tattoos and accessories allow further customization.
Okay. There's nothing special.
This world
reminds
you.
This is giving me Ashes 2.0 vibes.
Professions inspired by the Middle Ages. You can hunt for treasures in secret areas, dungeons, open fields, and underwater.
Oh wow!
To find valuable items.
Underwater levels never do well though.
According to landforms and climate, and harvest them for farming. If you don't have enough time, you can employ workers or real players and take time off to discover Quinfall. All professions
you can hire players. Good luck with that.
Cooking allows one to create meals and desserts that give special powers in different fields. With chemistry, you can obtain formulas and create powerful potions that heal your character or your friends. You can fish in lakes, rivers, and seas for various species.
Okay. This is really nothing innovative at all.
Some animals in different biomes can be tamed for the production of certain materials with the husbandry profession.
That looks pretty cool.
You can also extract different resources from trees, plants, and ores.
Are they gonna have like a land owning, like a real estate system? How are you gonna stop other players from messing up your agriculture and things? Like you plant a farm, what stops another player from just coming by and picking up all your crops?
In various areas.
Maybe they are they gonna have like a private island type system? Or like land ownership? Like how exactly is that going to work? If they do land ownership, what is going to stop people from monopolizing like a certain area? Or like, what if they just run out of land and people just buy it all up? Then what?
This allows you to level up your profession level. Keep in mind.
I know, like for example, like Albion Online, they use a private island system where you do all your farming on your own personal island. That's an instance-based thing. So there's pros and cons. I don't know.
That every item you gather is extremely.
I don't know how they make that work.
For your survival and progress.
The gathering looks it looks okay.
If you wish, you can choose to develop your hunting profession by hunting animals.
No way. You can level up hunting by hunting? So is this going to be a sandbox MMO? Because it seems like almost every gathering and crafting profession has some kind of skill or level tied to it.
Caravan and merchant mounts can also be tamed and upgraded, which allows you to deliver goods faster and trade efficiently. Each mount provides different advantages in different areas. In a 2016 square kilometer land, improving your riding mount will grant you much useful speed. To obtain new mounts, you can tame wild animals, breed existing ones, or buy from stables.
That's going to be really big.
The story
the player
of
economy
Quinfall allows you to use items that originate from different ages.
What the fuck was that?
Ancient times.
The fucking, are they just gonna show this footage and not talk about it? They're not gonna talk about the fucking hot air balloon flying through the sky?
The story of Quinfall allows you to use items that originate from different ages or ancient times, and even travel in time.
What? Travel through time? What the fuck is that? What is that for?
You can establish your home in certain areas and decorate it with hundreds of objects.
Okay. So there's gonna be like certain areas of the map designated for landowners? How does that work?
Quinfall's seas
It's gonna be a nightmare.
are as lively as its lands. You can build a ship yourself or with your friends to sail out to sea where adventure is waiting for you.
If anything I learned from Arcade is that the landowning
Sailing
was a
allows
nightmare.
you to explore new islands and areas.
Wow.
Against winds, weather conditions, and giant
Some
waves
big
that
Arcade
come your
vibes.
way. Nature is not the only thing you must battle, as you can encounter pirates, other players, and even mystical sea monsters.
The longer this Quinfall video went on, the more outlandish and ambitious the game appears to be.
Yeah.
Let's start by summarizing everything. So the game's been in development for 2 years. It's made in Unity by a dev team from Turkey with between 50 to 200 employees, and the game plans on releasing on Steam in 2023.
How has nobody heard of
hasn't
this?
asked for any money yet. The land size is 2,016 kilometers squared and contains 5 distinct biomes: snowy mountains, forests, deserts, marshlands and plains. Each of these biomes have their own weather, seasons and day-night cycle, as well as capital cities. Seasons affect gameplay with floods, snow, ice and droughts. Seasons also affect plants and animals. This is a sandbox MMORPG and also has player-run taverns and shops. You can go into the taverns and play board games with other players and make your own music. NPCs will not be—
Can you imagine what a nightmare it's going to be to try to get ownership of a tavern in a popular city? It's going to be so hard to win the lease on that thing. You're going to need an astronomical amount of money to compete with everybody else in the city.
At static locations and may roam around. The game has climbing mechanics and you can jump from ledge to ledge, climb rope, climb ladders and so on. The game uses an action combat system with flashy spell effects and traditional fantasy monsters such as dragons, in-depth character customization. The game has hidden areas and mysteries unlocked via exploration and puzzle solving.
Has fucking everything.
There's also hidden treasure chests throughout the world or underwater. The game has a caravan system that's basically the same as Ashes of Creation. In certain areas of the world, you can build your own real space player housing.
Whatever that means.
The building system looks kind of similar to how it snaps together in most survival games.
Mad
Every guild
Valheim
can apparently
vibes.
have their own guild island that they can build together. The game will have a channel system similar to games like Black Desert Online. You can avoid PvP by playing on a PvE channel. The game has 9 different weapon systems, 11 different medieval professions, some of which include cooking, alchemy, animal husbandry, fishing, woodcutting, gathering, mining, hunting, and farming. You can make your own—
Oh, the channel. I'm not sure if I really prefer the channel system or the server system, because if you're just doing the channel system, people are just going to be hopping between channels when they're doing particular activities, and it takes away— I don't know, there's pros and cons, because I think like playing on a PvP server, always having to think about like the repercussions of your actions and thinking about having other players near you while you're doing an activity is so much more engaging than just like, hey, we're going to go fight the sea monster, let's just hop to a PvE channel.
own farm in the world and hire NPCs or other players to deal with your crops. There's some kind of Witcher vision that shows gatherable resources in the world. Each mount has different pros and cons. You can upgrade your mount to make it faster, and to get new mounts you either tame wild animals or breed existing mounts together. The game will apparently have castle siege wars and guild wars, where guilds can fight to own cities.
Wow.
If all of that wasn't ambitious enough, bear with me here. The story of the game allows you to time travel and experience things from different ages. The game has airships, steam engines, minecarts, and giant mech robots.
They're going to be castle sieging with their mechas,
the
man.
entire arcade sailing system, where you can build giant galleons, become a pirate with open world PvP on the seas. The ocean has wave physics, storm effects, as well as giant sea monsters like the Kraken.
And pirates.
Oh, and on top of all of that, The game
player-to-player
lists
combat.
good optimization as a feature on Steam.
Wow.
Oh, and apparently it's also going to be buy to play, no pay to win on the cash shop, and RNG won't be tied to progression.
It's fucking everything.
It's been a long time since we've had a new game announced.
This is
that was literally
Gigacopium.
promising the world. But when I saw that trailer and it got to the part about airships, time travel, steam engines, giant mechs, and the naval content, my reaction was pure skepticism, followed by confusion when I saw that the studio's only been around for 2 years, they're not currently asking for any money, and they think that this game will be ready for release this year. There's no way. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love for this game to actually exist and be good, but the average MMO takes at least 5 years to develop. The really ambitious ones are 7 to 8 years and more. How's this random Turkish developer gonna finish a full MMORPG that has everything
Kickstarter.
everyone's ever wanted?
Nobody's
within
heard
the
of
span
them.
3 years. It's surely not possible. The optimization part on Steam also gave me a chuckle, because if the game's only been in development for 2 years and it's never had any beta tests, how can they possibly say, get ready for a hyper-realistic world with advanced graphics and state-of-the-art systems. Get optimal performance on every system with unprecedented high-level optimization. Enjoy smooth gameplay even in high player counts and crowded environments. They've basically copied half of the features from Ashes of Creation, added even more ambitious aspects to it, then expect everyone to believe it's possible to get finished within 3 years of the studio being founded. I mean, sure, they're not asking for money, so it's definitely going to be an interesting project to follow, and more MMOs in development is always a good thing, but there's no way I'm having any kind of expectations for this game until I've played it. To be fair though, I thought the trailer was an absolute banger. It did show off a lot of gameplay, and if we saw this trailer 7 years ago, before Chronicles of
actually looks
Valyria,
dope as fuck.
before Ashes of Creation, and before indie MMOs in general were viewed with such high skepticism, we'd all be foaming at the mouth, all aboard the hype train for Quinfall. So best of luck to the devs. I'm skeptical, but excited to follow the project. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the Quinfall. Is this game raising any red flags for you? Or are you like me in being confused as hell at how this game is being funded, how it's supposed to be releasing in 2023, and how it's going to implement half of its intended features? Hit that like button for the algorithm gods, social media on screen.
But if it does, you guys,
I'll see you in the next one.
If it does, don't pre-order it. Just don't pre-order it, you guys. You're gonna get hurt.